Welcome to our first episode of A Journey of Love. I'm Nish.
And I'm James, and we're here to talk about our journey of love.
Yes.
So today's topic is, um, you know, how we met, how we reconnected, and why we chose each other.
We're going to try to keep it as accurate as possible because sometimes he blurs the lines a little bit.
Hmm. How can I either confirm or deny that?
Let's see. You want to tell a story or you want to fill in the blanks?
Go, you can start it.
Okay. So we met during our college years, 20 some odd years ago. We were both working for the same company in the same department. And I noticed James immediately. I tried to flirt a little bit so he would notice me too, but it didn't work out that way. So our conversations were stuck on sneakers because I'm a big sneakerhead and so is he, and work. So anytime I tried to get a little personal, he brought it back to sneakers and work.
To be fair, it was because, firstly, I didn't even know that she noticed me like that. And
I
secondly,
did.
I was not that confident back then. So it was times when I wanted to speak to her and let her know that I wanted to like date her, but my lips would not agree with my mind. So that happened.
So how would we say? So life was lifing. We went our separate ways after graduating college, continuing education, professional careers, and as luck would have it, after he ignored me on social media, didn't talk to me at all. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna delete some deleting, and he got deleted. But because God is gracious, He allowed us back into each other's lives via one simple IG story. So I started noticing he responded to one story, then two
Mm-hmm.
stories, then every story. And I'm usually LeBron bashing. I'm a Jordan fan. So let's get this clear now.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan's the GOAT. There's no room
Good.
for a negotiation. So just let's put that out there now. So we connected on our LeBron bashing
Yeah.
and the true idea of who is the GOAT. And we just started talking about like family, community, alignment, and, you know, the conversations got more personal. And then all of a sudden,
um, she asked me. She said, "Hey, what pain did you rise from?" Referring to my artist name, because some may not know that I make music, uh, positive like hip hop music. Started off as a poet, spoken word artist, but yeah, so that was a question that kind of shifted the gears, and then from then on, we've been inseparable.
yeah,
Yeah, so that was the thing that started it all, and I believe she said, if this is too personal, you don't have to ask. And I think what sparked her was me saying, you can ask me anything because I want you to know everything about me.
it did. Because you don't tend to find people that you haven't spoke to in 20 plus years being as emotionally available and open, as he was with me. So I think that was something that definitely hooked me. But at the same time, even in those spaces before that, very soon before that, we were talking for like hours via, messages and the DMs, and we would talk for literally 24 hours a day. Um, and time kind of stood still when he and I spoke. So when I asked him, because of his IG handle and his artist name, I was just like, if this is too personal, like you don't have to answer. You can tell me go mind my business. It'll be fine. But he was so ready to just like, you can ask me absolutely anything. Don't ever feel like you have to ask. Just say whatever you want to say. And that struck a chord with me immediately. So yes, he said since then we started conversing and we have been literally inseparable every single day,
Yep.
every day.
And
So
then December 28th made it official. And, you know, we've been, like she said, inseparable. Um, talk all day. Even if we're not on the phone, like we're texting, um, you know, sending messages to each other, emojis, uh,
IG stories,
yeah, IG
YouTube
stories,
stories.
um, everything. We're communicating in some way, and I think that's what really like locked us in because our communication and consistency has continued. Like it's never wavered, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I've learned what love is all about. Um, I've learned to be more vulnerable, be more open, and that's all thanks to you.
Great.
Like it's amazing.
So the question everybody wants, you know what? I want to know. So why did you pick me?
Um, I picked you because it felt like we were made for each other. It felt like we were cultivated and created by God, and that it was meant for us to be together. Like if we were apart for 23 years and we reconnected, and then we found out because we really didn't even know that we were kind of feeling each other back then. I didn't know that she was feeling me, and she didn't know I was feeling her.
I actually thought he didn't like me since he didn't talk to me. I actually would talk to other colleagues. I'm like, did I do something to Jay? They're like, no, he's cool, he's cool. But the fact that he didn't speak to me, I took it first. I'm like, why is he not talking to you? I was like, did I say something offensive? Did I, do something wrong? But I had to find out 23 years later that was just me overthinking in that moment. Just like maybe I did something, but it
Nah,
wasn't.
I was just nervous because it was every day I would go there and I'd be like, oh yeah, today's the day I'm going to talk to her. Some days I'll write poems and notes, and I would psych myself out so much that I would end up throwing the poem or the note away because I was like, nah, that's no way. There's no way she would even be into me. So I used to talk myself out of it, but I feel like God really created us to be together. So it was easy to choose you because the communication was easy. I felt safe. Not felt, but I still feel safe with you. You reassure me, um, and you just show me. You show me everything that's good in the world. So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you the crown this.
God,
um, why did I choose James? I think something that I tell him all the time is he's my safe space. Literally, there have been moments that I could be dealing with so many things, whether it's work or family life or things of that sort, and it tends to get mentally overwhelming. And literally, the sound of his voice takes me from a 10 to a 1. And I've never had that experience before where the sound of someone's voice can kind of soothe my spirit. And this is something I've asked for. I said, God, allow someone to be in my life that literally can turn it off. And if, people know me, they know I'm doing 100 million things. I'm doing the work thing, the mom thing, the running around thing, the family thing. I'm always doing a thing. And not to say that's ever an issue, but it is a lot at times. And sometimes you forget to breathe. And James just was like a breath of fresh air. Like, I got this, no problem, whatever you need, da da da, whatever whatever space you need me to be in. So I tell him all the time, like, he's my safe space. He is where I feel like I'm at home. There isn't a moment in time where I feel alone or I feel lonely. And it's it's special because when you're covered spiritually by a praying man, your soul is at ease. When you're covered by a protective man, you physically feel at ease. When you're covered in every kind of way, that's what he provides. So it made it easy to just say, "Oh, this is where I want my heart to be," and my heart's been safe ever since. Blushing a little bit. I mean, that was
little
kind of
bit,
good. That was kind of good. I
a
made it
little
sound good.
bit,
Go
a
ahead. Go,
little
go
bit,
ahead. Go ahead and do your thing, babe. Go
a
ahead.
little bit. But yeah, this journey because we had to kind of how can I say this? We navigated some things and we've been in situations where Um, it wasn't ideal for the people that we are and for the kind of hearts that we carry. So for us to have experience all of that and come out of everything and healed, I feel like we've become the best version of ourselves, not only for ourselves but for each other, and it's allowed us to really thrive in this space of um, being best friends, being in love, and continuing to lay the foundation of everything that is you know us. And we have the utmost respect for each other. We're fully committed. um, our communication, like I said, is top tier. um,
That's his way of saying I talk too much.
nah, but
He
yeah,
talks too
I talk a little bit, but nah, when we're like, we just reassure each other every day. And um, I think it allows us to always feel safe, always feel secure, and to always just know that we can rely on each other, we can be there for each other, and that we're always going to have each other's best interests at heart.
much. Always. I think the as a woman, the another big thing for me is a lot of people say, the love, the love, the love. I think the for me, it's definitely respect and safety, and you can't be in a place of love where safety and respect don't reside. It has to be a space where those things coincide. Sorry, but it's never something I've yearned for or I've needed because I've always had it in James. One thing I tell him all the time is I love him because although I can break before him, I never feel broken. So he has seen me in good situations, he's seen me in bad situations, and I've never felt at a loss like I'm by myself, I'm going through this alone. He just won't allow it. It just won't happen. He's like, hey, well, if you pissed, then we're gonna be pissed together. If you happy, we're gonna be happy together. If if you're falling in fear, then I'm going to pick you up in faith. So there's never a place where we disalign, and there's no conversation that can't be had. The big ones, the little ones, we have them. The important ones, the silly ones, we have them, and nothing is off topic. Like I'm always trying to tread water. Like if it's too intrusive, da da da. Like what are you talking about? So I think him providing me a safe space has been a place to allow me to just grow into him. And it's the best decision I've ever made. And he's always like trying to learn. So what you been doing for the past 20 years? I'm just like, school, got married, got divorced, had two kids, and now we're here. You're all caught up.
Yeah.
But he's a student of me and I'm a student of him. So we're constantly in a space where we yearn to learn more about each other on this day-to-day basis. And whenever there's something that puts us at an impasse, we're just like, all right, let's bring it to God, let's bring it to God, let's bring it to God. So we have allowed that to be something that is at the forefront of everything we do. So he's my boo. My boo.
Yeah, I feel the same. But yeah, we definitely make it a habit to pray and keep God in our relationship. And just like whenever I go out and go to work, because I work middle of the night, so she sends me a prayer every night, like verbally, not like through text, but verbally. She verbalizes a prayer to me every night to keep me covered. And I've never had that before. And I feel like that's like something that's rare in this world, even though it shouldn't be, but it's rare to have someone, they care about you, but they care about you in a spiritual and faith based way. I think that goes above and beyond anything that I could have ever dreamed of or prayed for. And I just, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything.
Oh, Pookie. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. I sure do.
So, what do you think you look forward to the most in what's coming? What do you look forward to the most?
Um, well, definitely some next steps.
Mind
Um,
your business. You got to
well,
know everything. First
yeah,
episode, relax.
we'll share more details later. Next steps and just continuing to grow with you, and continue to reinforce our foundation. Keep God in our relationship. Continue to be best friends, and just continue to be the best people for ourselves and each other.
You better go ahead and you better say what you saying, baby.
Not you.
There's so many ways in which I could tell you that us reconnecting has changed my life, and I feel it's changed yours
Mhm.
because it's interesting when we tell people how long it's been, since we reconnected. Just like they all have the same exact response. You weren't ready for each other back then. It wasn't your time then. And one thing we do recognize is that this coupling was divine architecture, divine orchestration, and that can only happen from one person. So there were places that we were 23 years ago that we look at each other now and we're like, oh, no way, we could have never been together. This would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But now we look at the journeys we passed, whether it's professionally, personally, or otherwise individually. Now that we see all of the work we've done, um, this is perfect. I said, I love this flawlessly perfect. And I would not have been the person I was today if it wasn't for you. Like, I love you dearly. I love you immensely. I love you endlessly. You're my best friend. You're my prayer warrior. You're my protector. Am I doing all right, y'all? Go ahead, man. But truly and honestly, this, like I said, what's most important for me was, being with someone that allowed me to be safe, especially because I have children, young children at that, who are highly impressionable, and for that to never be a reason to feel out of the box when it came to this beautiful chocolate brother right here. Um, we both understood what it meant to be in a space, being with someone that had children, things of that sort. It's different. It's not like, oh, it's just like the rest. It's not. Anyone that would say so is naive and just not being honest with themselves. But it was honestly just a conversation we had, like, how do you feel about this, and things of that sort. And it was just like, you've given me something I've always wanted, right? So I've had people in my life that were just like, oh, you got kids, we're not doing this. But he was just like, this is the best thing ever. I was like, really? So when you have someone in your life that's willing to, you know, if your son has a headache and he's just like, let me pray for him. And that's the first thing you do. Not, can you get a Tylenol? He's like, no, 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 no. This is something that needs to go to Christ first. And this is what I have in James. And it makes everything easier. It makes everything easier. So I won't say that we have been in a space where we're just like, well, everything is perfect in this. Like, we've had, places that we were mentally at an impasse, but we always thought that, it's us versus it, never, it versus us or us versus each other. It was definitely something like, if it's too big for us to bear, we were just like, we know what to do. And to have somebody at your side 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to move in alignment with you is amazing. And the way that he leads our family is just, it's just something to watch. It's just like, I'm literally just like, oh, he's so amazing, you know. But to be in that space of safety is something that you can't pay for. It's not something that you can ask for more of. And I've been lucky enough to find this in. He doesn't want me to tell you he's a teddy bear though. He looks like this, but he's a teddy bear. To find that in him has truly been life changing and fortunate. So he's my boo, my little pookie, my little shaggy doo doo. I'll beat you to it. You're not gonna do that to
No,
me.
I was like that earlier. I got you first.
So
But
that is our story. And although it has begun, I would say our chapters were written beginning 23 years ago. I think this is literally the beginning of the best forever that can ever be written. And I look forward to every day and look forward to sharing more of our time and our journey of love with you guys. So,
Definitely.
got anything to say, Boo? Before I let these people
Um,
go? They ain't got to get up out of here, but they got to go.
but yeah, no, but I love you, and I appreciate every part of our journey. Even though for a long time I regretted never saying anything to you, but I've learned that from people have told us that um, we just weren't ready for each other at that time, and that's still a part of our story.
It is.
So I'm thankful for every part of the journey, everything that's happened, everything that we've learned, and unfortunate situations that made us better people.
For
Um,
sure.
I'm just grateful for the here and now. I'm grateful for our journey, and I look forward to continuing to share our journey with all of you. So make sure that you keep tuning in. And this is a journey of love with
Niche.
and James. We'll see you next time.